Okay, good idea.
They just go with the flow. It's the Hershey and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Hershey and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. It is that show that makes you feel good from the soul down to the brajol.
Oh, wow. Is that like an Italian thing?
It's an Italian thing because we got a Guido over here.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's the Hershey and the Keegs Show, guys, and we're back. We had the holidays and
It's easy for you to
Mike
say.
Keegan, the holidays.
You had the holidays?
We had the holidays. Mike Keegan, Mark Hirschman, Tony Walker. We got a guest. Mark will introduce the guest. He's fiddling around with his little.
I'm fiddling a little bit.
He's fiddling.
Okay, well, I'm going to fiddle a little bit.
All right, he's
going to
fix
that
fiddle,
while I'm
and
talking.
I'm going to.
So yes, we do have a guest, and he was the honorary brajol mentioned there. We have. I mean, listen. People call him the Big A. People call him Biggie Balboa. We just call him Anthony, short for Anthony Stabile. Welcome, Mr. Anthony Stabile.
Gentlemen,
How are you,
Biggie
buddy?
Balboa with the Met hat
what's
tonight,
up?
looking
Let's
good.
go Mets. Queens get the money all day.
Queens get the money
Juan
all
Soto.
day, baby. We're happy to have you, bro.
Great to be here.
We just got a lot. We just got a shitload to cover. A lot to cover. As we do, though, now that we have probably multiple millions watching, we'll strike while the iron's hot, and we'll go into our first set of Hershey and the Keegs Show sponsors while turning off Mike's mic. The Hershey and Keegs Show is proudly sponsored by Demolition Specialists, 1-855-RIP-OUTS, the number you call for demolition, dumpsters, and fence rental. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, they are a fully licensed demolition contractor. Brought to you by Angela's Bra Boutique at 223 Main Street in Farmingdale, 516-249-6509. Personalized bra fittings providing a wide selection of brands, sizes, and styles. Hershey and the Keegs Show is brought to you by Triple M Professional Painting and Construction, 516-395-6390. Family owned and operated for over 35 years. Call for your free estimate today and ask for James. Impressions Dance Studio. Reach them at 516-735-0545. Take life by the hand and dance. 3103 North Jerusalem Road in Levittown. www.impressionsdancestudio.com. And Sunray Services. Now is the best time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling. Call them today at 631-231-5533 or visit them online at www.sunrayservices.com. That will conclude our first set of Hershey and the Keegs Show sponsors, and now we're going to take a deep dive.
For all your hybrid hooting needs.
The hooting is going to be
Don't
is
forget
happening.
to hoot when you call Sunray
You know
Services.
what? This is, as I told Anthony, we have not had a lot of guests on repeat. We've had Monty on a couple of times, obviously, because we do shows with him, so there's show promotion and things like that. But I would
Chris Roach. Oh, no,
Yeah.
he's never been on.
Chris Roach, we've asked him many times, and he said yes many times. He just hasn't shown up many times. But, you know, the second time around is, we did the interview last time. This is going to be, you're part of the family. You've always been part of the family, but we're not going to pepper you with questions because we went down that road. So you're just going to be part of the panel, and you're going to do with what we do every week.
Yeah, I'll mix it up, chop it up with you guys,
Yeah,
of
that's what
course.
it is.
So as we've done every year, we're going to start the New Year's episode because we weren't here last week. So this is the new year.
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you.
Thank you
Happy
very
New
much.
Year
Happy
to
New
you.
Year,
Happy
Now,
New Year
Larry
to you.
David says you can't say Happy New Year anymore.
That's true.
January 3rd. That's right.
January
Yeah.
3rd.
So
last day.
we're good here, though? This
Yeah.
is a cone of silence?
This is a safe space.
Safe space?
To hell with Larry David. He's an old curmudgeon anyway. Happy New Year to our followers, our sponsors, our listeners. We appreciate you. And as we've done the past couple of years, the few days leading up to this show, I have asked you guys to have in mind a New Year's resolution or a wish, something that you want to make a difference about, that you want to change your life or someone else's life in the upcoming year. So we'll start with our big thumb, our big toe Sergeant Hulka, Tony Walker. Going into 2025, it doesn't have to be long-winded, and please don't make it that way.
Doesn't have to be.
Now, what do you have you thought about something that you want to do? You want to make a change, an impact, a wish? Tell me a little bit about that.
I want to engineer less shows with guys who make fun of me for being long-winded.
All right, next. What else? Anything else? Have you thought about anything life-wise?
It's cliche, but yeah, more quality time with the family. My kids are both in their 20s, and
Yep.
I'm just starting to realize that time as a family is limited. They're going to be going on to do their own thing soon. So
Okay, that's cliche or not, it's legit. So we get it and we like it. Mikey, I know we talked a little bit about it, but I said don't talk too much. Tell me on the show.
Well, just what it is. It's everybody always makes these grandiose New Year's resolutions. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to be a
Right.
better. That's all I want to do is just every day just be a little bit better of a person.
Okay.
And a little bit better of a son to my parents. A little bit better of a significant other to Carla. A little bit better of a father to Juliana. Just a little bit every day. Just a little bit. And I also want to make out with a black chick.
Well, the good thing for you when it comes to doing a little bit better every day is you're right. You're on the 3-yard line.
You start exactly.
So you have a whole bunch of
Just
greenery.
a little bit
So
better every day.
It's really
and,
not that lofty
there
of a
you
goal,
go.
but it's legit, and I think you're going to meet those
No,
goals.
but that really is my New Year's resolution.
All right,
Just
fair
a little
enough.
bit better every day. That's it.
Mr. Biggie Balboa, Anthony Stabile, what is your 2025 goal, wish, what that kind of thing?
So I, for those of you who do follow on Facebook, I haven't really said anything on Twitter. I started a juice. I can't even say with a straight face. I started a juice cleanse.
Juice cleanse
on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Nice.
And announcing for the first time in the first 5 days, I have lost 21.6
Wow.
pounds.
That's a lot of juice.
That's a lot of juice.
It's a lot of juice.
A lot of juice going in, a lot of juice coming out.
Yeah.
I don't even
And
know.
a
No,
big,
that's enough.
I have a lot of juice coming out.
What juice you make? Are you making your own
Three
juices, or is it?
well, I
is
got
it a
Phil.
system?
Phyllis is the absolute greatest. Phyllis
Yeah.
makes the concoction.
She is the greatest.
It's about 3/4 of a cucumber, a cup of pineapple, tablespoon and a half of lemon juice, and a tablespoon of ginger. I just cut the nub off the
Yeah.
cut the nipple off the ginger
Mark's
and just
people,
pop it in.
Mark's people like to cut
Glass
the
of-
nub off.
That's what
glass
the
of
professor
water.
wants
Now,
to ginger.
I've been this week been doing kind of a liquid diet, just like protein shakes and stuff.
Good.
But I do like the juice cleanse kind of thing.
And then
I do that.
I eat dinner.
So I will get. Do you really?
I just ate 3 slices of pizza for dinner.
Nice,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
How
Two
many-
2.5 slices and a salad.
How much juice are you having during the day?
Big one in the morning, big one in the afternoon,
And just a
breakfast
lot
and
of
lunch,
water,
and
a lot
then
of
water,
water.
coffee, non-caloric. And a big part of the reason I'm doing the juice cleanse is because I need to get my right hip fully replaced. So I need to get like 60, 70 pounds off to do that. I would like to do it before the winter is over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a crunch time
Yeah,
kind of thing. If
exactly.
you're on the 3-yard line, I'm on about
Yeah.
the 6.
Yeah.
It's a great start.
Sure.
And,
No, that's
Yeah.
a hell of a start,
So-
and it's good to set a goal to do it within by the end of the winter. This way, the hip surgery. My mother had both her hips replaced, and both times within 3 hours after surgery, she's walking around.
Yeah, 5 hours. They get you up in
Exactly.
5 hours. They get you walking up
Exactly.
steps and
Yeah.
stuff.
So-
I'm not looking forward to the walking
So,
part of it, but
exactly.
I really am though because I'm on a
But
cane now and everything.
Oh my
so
God, the difference
it's a
it made! Like
disaster.
she was afraid of surgery for
Yeah.
so long, and it took us so long to get her to get the surgery. And once she did, it's like the greatest thing she ever.
So
did
you
in
know
her
what
life.
Shakira says about the hips?
His hip is lying right now.
They don't lie.
They don't lie.
You know
The
what
hips don't
though?
lie.
The hips don't lie, but I'm going to call a little bullshit on my friend Anthony Stabile, and I talked to him about
Fuck
this.
did I do?
I talked to him about this the other day, and the last time he was on our show, which was a couple of years ago, he was working for a different company, and he was a little buttoned up from me, and I talked to him about it. I said, you can come back on the show, we can do that, but this is not going to be a bullshit fest where you're gonna pull punches, or you're gonna be afraid that Keegan's gonna say something wrong or whatever. So I know you I know you since you're 16 years old. Okay, that's like 30 years, okay? Now, we may have kind of reunion several years ago, and we gotten close again.
Almost 5 years now.
Yeah, but it's funny. I had this question in my mind. I know what your real wish is. Whether you're going to touch on it now or not, that's fine. But I told you I was coming for you today, and I wanted you to be honest and not bullshit. I know you need to lose weight. I know you want to do the hip, but I've dealt with this with you for basically all 5 years consecutively here, that you more than ever have had a bee in your bonnet, and I won't mention the girl's name, but it's been something that because
you're going to say the N-word.
I'm not going to say.
He's skating around the N-word.
No, I'm not going to skate around anything. But the bottom line is the weight and the hip is number 2. The number 1 is the girl that I've heard him talk to me about pretty much every day for the past 5 years. That is his number 1 wish, goal. I'm always surprised when I think it's going to come to an end and it doesn't, and he keeps on talking about it. So you want to be honest today, or you want to be a bullshit artist? What do you want to do?
You wanted your tears this year, huh? That's what you wanted to start the year with.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, are we gonna do this? Or are we gonna?
This is getting real.
You want to do it? We'll do it.
So
I probably shouldn't do it with a Met hat on.
You don't get. You can.
We can do it.
Listen, you don't have to. I'm just saying.
Our reunion came at a very, very. Me and you. Our reunion came at a very crazy time.
Yeah.
First week, I think it was May 1st, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I had got myself involved with I was in a 14-year relationship, and I was not happy anymore, and I got out of it in March.
Yep.
And I met someone, and she's the most special person I've ever met in my 47 years on this planet. And you know this, and you know it better than most, because
I mean, it never stops. So I'm just, if we're going to talk about it off the air all the time, I'm going to bring you on the air and you're going to say it and put it out there, and maybe that's going to make a difference for you, because I think it's time that
it has to be.
Yeah. So listen, and I'm only breaking your balls because I know it's attached to the hip thing, and I know it's attached to everything is all attached. But I just don't think it's fair that you talk about the whole weight thing and the hip without mentioning the real number 1 reason why you're doing it is because it's all connected to you and this girl and your life and your happiness. And I've never seen you like this in all the years.
The rest of it doesn't really mean a lot.
Yeah.
If you meet the person that you think you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with,
yep,
and you know that it's not because of you, and you know that it's not because of her, that's kind of something that's really hard for somebody to swallow.
Right. You're saying that the roadblocks are there that are beyond your control and her control.
Yeah, I mean, things that most people don't have to deal with.
And we're not going to go down that road.
No,
but,
we can't go down that road.
So, we're not going to dwell on this, but is there hope? Is there legitimate hope that this year...
Joey Potter said hope dies last on Dawson's Creek. You didn't think you were going to get Dawson's Creek in tears.
With you, I wasn't surprised.
I knew it was going to end up with Dawson's Creek in tears.
Hey, listen, for a man who has a Shawshank Redemption tattoo on his leg, I know all about hope.
To be over.
You know that when they show it on, when they stream it, they can't use the Paula Cole song?
Really?
It's really weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Hope is a good thing, maybe the best thing, and no good thing ever dies.
Say Guantanamo. I wish I could forever and just take it to fucking say Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Believe me.
So, is it feasible? Because I've asked you this probably 50,000 times in the past 5 years. Is this feasible? And sometimes for me, it's out of frustration. Like we're always talking about this. And is there a chance?
There's always a chance, and I would like to think that things that we felt and said were real. And
okay.
I believe in my heart. I almost have to believe in my heart because it's how I get by.
Okay.
That it has to be. There's been a reason that we haven't really been able to connect and talk, and I don't know where that's out. I just know that I just hope she is happy. I hope she is healthy.
Okay.
I hope my pal, and if she's listening, she knows what that means.
Yep.
I hope my pal is good.
Okay.
I hope.
Okay.
Right? That's how they end Shawshank.
All right. I hope.
So,
Okay. Well, thank you for coming clean, and I hope you're not pissed at
have
me
you
that
got
I
your fucking tears?
Well, it certainly wasn't my goal, but
Yeah. Yeah,
you know,
I
it's
wasn't.
just-
I wasn't going to have a spinach and artichoke slice tonight either. That wasn't my goal
Yeah.
either.
So
Fucking
all
thinking
right.
about it since last Wednesday when we decided we were definitely doing
Dude,
this.
you need to realize something though. I've heard about it a lot. We've talked about it ad nauseum, and I'm glad that you put that out there, and maybe it'll find their way. I don't know if she even knows that this podcast exists. Or
So
that you,
I have to do. We
Yeah.
have 2 quick minutes.
yeah,
So when I was here the last time,
yeah.
I had talked about moving on from her. Like I could never move on from her. Full of shit. That
I
fucking
vaguely
night,
remember
too.
that. Yeah. Mhm.
And she listened.
Oh wow. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Did we really not talk about this?
I don't remember. It's been a couple of years, so I don't really remember. It's
She
been a
listened
while.
and we were able to patch things up for a little bit. And
Well,
so it
She's
worked.
listening now. Let's do this.
yeah,
It worked.
Let's do this.
I
It's a
don't
new
know.
year.
All right.
It's a new beginning.
It would be nice. Is that
I
an
love it.
HRRN pen?
Yeah, it is.
That's sensational.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I've only not been there for 3.5 years.
Dude, I always take free shit from you. And
That's
use it
good.
for-
You do
I
that.
use
You
it
have a
till
lot
the
of big
death.
A pens. Yep,
I
you
have
do.
big A pens.
So.
I have Naira shit. All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks for
Anthony,
getting that out of me,
And,
by the way.
I
And
hope
Smoke,
you feel good.
Smoke, if you're listening,
Yeah.
I miss you and I love you more than I can ever possibly imagine missing and loving somebody.
There we go.
We love you too.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so and for me, it's kind of it's similar to what a combination of what Mikey said and Tony.
Black chick thing.
What else? What else? Well, I already had that on January 2nd, so I'm good.
As I started my juicing, you were, yeah.
I just think it's so important every day to try to be a better friend, a better, everything, son, father, husband, worker, whatever, just to be a little bit better. And, I am probably at the 97-yard line now.
Yeah, you're
I'm at the
a
four.
regular
Four.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You're a facade
I know.
of 97-yard line.
Oh, speaking of facade, can we talk about something that you and I had a good time with that Tony probably didn't?
Sure.
At some point last week, I'm glad that I forgot about that, but you brought it up. Tony was in a little bit of a freak out mode because apparently his Facebook account was hacked. Put on the mic it up.
Dude,
Mic
I
it
called
up.
that out on stage the other night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
my
right.
God.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Tony's Facebook got hacked, and it wasn't even like somebody made another Tony Walker account.
Right, yeah.
It was Tony's face. The
Yes.
friend requested everybody,
Yes.
and the name was the Doge
The
Boss.
Doge Boss.
The Doge
Yeah,
Boss.
I love that.
It's like some crypto. It was like some crypto guy trying to
Yeah.
get people to buy crypto.
Yeah.
So I was on stage on Saturday night. Tony was at the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, and just so everybody knows, the Doge Boss is sitting
I
right there in
loved
the
it.
audience.
It's so funny. Like when someone gets hacked, usually all the people are like, all right, report it to this. And me and Mike are like, hey, Doge Boss. We're like,
I wrote on his page. I'm like, so I hear you, the Doge Boss.
He got hijacked?
yeah, he got hijacked.
Wow,
and
that
he
never
was-
happens anymore.
but no,
That really doesn't happen anymore.
and there was like a picture of him like at a golf course, and I'm like, the Doge Box looks cooler than Tony ever
That's
did.
the best picture of Tony I've ever seen. Also, and like,
It was
I'm
so
like,
good.
I want to be friends with the Doge Boss.
I'm like, I can't stand Tony Walker, but I love the Doge Boss.
I have to imagine the last 3 or 4 days me talking about juice cleanses. Somebody
Yeah.
thinks I was definitely fucking hijacked.
Yeah, right.
No shot. I'm
Right.
talking
This
about
guy's
that.
right.
drinking
Oh.
juice all day.
Yeah.
Looks like they got Stabile and the Doge Boss.
The Juice Man and the Doge Boss.
Oh,
that would
my
be
God.
a great podcast.
Fuck, there's always better podcast
Yeah,
names than ours.
The Juice Man and the Doge
I
Boss.
love that.
Juice and Doge. That's
Juice
me and
and
you,
the
Tone.
Doge.
We'll
Doge.
leave these guys in the dust next week.
Hold on, Dozier, how's it going? By the way, everything with your Facebook shit is it good?
I just
You're-
changed my password and that's
Yeah?
it. I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, I hope not.
It's tough. The life of a boss. It's tough.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Mike and I were hoping we got at least a good solid 8 weeks out of this. We wanted to see spring training with the Doge Boss.
I couldn't, by the way, for the record, I couldn't, if you put 5,000 on the counter right now,
Yeah.
I could not change my Facebook password.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I know
It's from an old email address that
Yeah.
I don't use anymore. Like I can never change, so everything just has to stay the same. And if
Exactly. If you
if
get
Doge
locked-
Boss, if Doge Boss 2 Electric Boogaloo comes for me, they come for me. That's the
If
end
you
of
get
it.
locked out of your current account, you never get
Yeah,
it back.
never getting it back.
I know that Mike and I have several shared accounts, and every one of our passwords involves me and penis in the same
Yeah,
name.
exactly.
Me loving penis and some number combination.
Mark's like, could you tell me what your password is? I'm like, all right, well, let me change it to something disgusting real quick.
yeah, exactly.
Mark loves penis 69.
That's
Exactly.
100%. I don't want to say that that's one of them, but maybe it is.
So the Doge boss is alive and well, and everything is good. And
yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't have to.
yeah.
I didn't have to. Like I said, I just changed my password, and that was
There's
the
so
end of
much
it, I
funny
guess,
stuff. It's if we were having this podcast 20 years ago, which there weren't podcasts, but there's so many funny things that go on every single day in the world of social media. One of them actually involved Mike's mom this week. Okay, so I made a post the other day, which you guys all saw it. It was me and my opinion of who was going to get hired by the Jets. That they were going to probably hire Rex Ryan, which I still think is going to be the case. And I was hoping that they would hire either Vrabel or perhaps Brian Flores from the.
I think Brian Flores now. Like Vrabel's out.
Well, Vrabel's out because he's going to the Pats.
Vrabel's
But
Vrabel's
Rex
out.
thinks he's getting the job.
Rex interviewed today. But I don't really. Even
Did you
the
hear
guys
that
I'm a
he
fan.
said like I'm getting the job? Like he thinks he's getting the job.
Exactly.
So the whole thread was just people like, oh, I hope it's Vrabel, I hope it's this guy, whatever. And then I thought that perhaps she was. Sometimes people will comment on something and it'll be the wrong thread. I don't know.
I don't know if she thought it was the wrong thread
so
or she.
Diane
just
Keegan types in. I just saw a horrific car accident on Loring Road. 2 people died. I have pictures. You want me to send them to you? And I'm like, so Mike types in, so you want Rex, huh?
So Rex Ryan then, right?
I don't know what that was.
I don't know why she would, she didn't post it like on your page. She posted it as a comment on your New York Jets post. I don't know if she meant to inbox it to you,
or maybe she was like looking at my page and she happened to be like on the Merrick Mom's page or something.
Is she good with the computer ordinarily?
Yeah, I mean she's a 60-year-old woman, so
for the most part, yes.
Yeah.
Social media is a little wonky,
dicey,
a little dicey sometimes.
Yeah.
My stepfather's on Facebook.
Yeah.
And every now and then his name's Pete. He's listening, and
hey, Petey,
a friend of like a mutual friend will pop up,
Yeah.
and I'll just I'll come like into the dining room and be like, "How are you friends with Ernie Munich?" Ernie works behind the scenes at Nair, and it's like it's impossible for him to have ever met Ernie
as a person you might know.
Yeah,
and
like,
he just,
right. And he's like, he's friend suggested me. I was like, there is zero chance Ernie
didn't
Munich
friended
you.
you.
It was a suggestion.
So it's interesting, and Facebook probably does this to target some people who are older. But when you're an older person and you see that pop up, you very often think it's that the person is friending you,
requesting you.
You know what I mean? So you just click it,
right,
and then it sends out a friend request to Ernie Munich or whoever. Did Ernie accept the friend request?
I think I think Moose might be friends with him.
Yeah,
It's just a person you might know because Anthony Stabile is friends with this person. It's not a friend request.
That's amazing.
And
it's
it can
awesome.
get a little dicey with that sometimes. Like sometimes she'll be like, well, if somebody posts this on my wall, will everybody else see it? I said, yes, if they're friends with you, they'll see it.
Yeah.
But now she's just posting a comment on your New York
great.
Jets post about seeing a deadly car accident.
And then she wanted to send me pictures of it. I'm like, I don't want to see
Like, why are you
pictures of
sending-
that at all.
I'm like, why would you send these nut job pictures?
I'm
of
like,
a-
I'm the
of a
last person in the
tragic car
world that
accident?
would
Yeah.
ever want to see anything like
right
that.
near your house too.
Now, if it was feet, she'd be rooting for Rex.
Exactly.
Right.
There you
That's
go.
exactly right.
Right?
Exactly. Then I would be like, oh yes, so definitely Rex Ryan then.
Tony, I see you scrolling. Are you reading anything? Anything
I just assumed because you were talking about Mike's mom that she would comment, but
Oh.
there's nothing.
Where is Mom tonight?
She probably commented on a post of yours instead of in the
That's
chat.
right. That's
She
right.
should be listening. I
on
think.
YouTube? Mario and Deb Diamore are watching.
Oh,
and they're-
Mario and
Oh,
Deb, my
yeah.
favorite people. I love you, Mario and Deb.
Yeah, they're great.
Is that are they Deb's a comic?
Yeah. Well, both of them are, and
Okay.
they're both amazing singers.
Oh, wow.
But they're both comics. They actually last year, every year, me and Carla do a Valentine's Day show.
Yes.
Where all the couples, all the comics are couples.
Yeah.
And they were one of the couples, and then they have a great bit
Yeah.
where Mario's in the audience, and then she'll make him a part of the show, and then he starts singing, and they're the best. They're the best people in the world. They're my
Get
favorite.
out.
Pick on each other.
Yeah. Oh
and
my
it's
God.
hilarious.
They're
Oh,
hilarious.
speaking of which, by the way, listen, that we don't make this a political agenda show, but the truth is this. You performed this weekend. It was a show that was important to you. You had 2 of them because one sold out.
Yeah.
So again, we everyone knows Mike is a big right-wing guy, Trump guy. Just tell us a little bit about, without we don't have to spew your hatred and dislike the Jews, but
I don't have to put my swastika on.
yeah, just
right.
I want to because I was proud of you. You had the show. It
And
sold
guess
out.
what? The whole show was actually Carla's idea. Who's
Right.
A very,
So Mike's girlfriend Carla is as left as Mike is right.
Yeah.
And she came up with the idea that Mike should get some of his fellow Klansmen to put together a show where it was going to be fully right wing.
Because it was yesterday was January 6th, so we're like, let's do an insurrection, satire comedy.
Sure,
show. So we got a couple of right leaning comedians.
So it was George Gallo, it was John Santos.
George Gallo was phenomenal. Oh my God, it was the old Gallo.
Old Gallo.
It felt like the old times.
Oh really? It was that
amazing.
good, huh?
Yes.
Tony was here. Gallo was
good.
just on fire. Yeah, John Santo. We had Tom Murphy hosting it as Donald Trump. Which was great. He does a great Trump.
He does a killer Trump, yeah.
And Rosie Fiumara, Mike Kurz, Pat O'Rourke, who tours with Brian Kilmeade from Fox News.
Yeah, of course.
So this is a great show. So it sold out on Friday. Show was Saturday.
Yep.
People were trying to get tickets on Friday.
Yep.
So Ange goes, why don't you guys try to do a second show? We're like, nobody's going to come to a 10 o'clock show. On Saturday, just Saturday alone, we sold 50 tickets to the second show.
Shut up.
Yeah. So it was
so you had two killer shows.
Two successful shows.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always the jealous, hateful comedians that want to have a problem with it and want to shit on the show and have a problem with the comedians that are on the show. And there's always got to be a couple in there chirping.
Yeah, so
you know
told
what?
me
If
about
you had
that
a problem
today.
with the show, you're an asshole.
So here's the thing.
How do you feel, Mike?
Well, it's interesting.
I feel great. January 20th, the world's going to be a better place again.
It's interesting, and you told me about it today.
And they're still going to be miserable.
You told me about it today, and I was a little bit surprised. Now, you know how I feel about anything like this. You don't want to like left, right, whatever, but if a group of comics choose to do this, they're entitled to do it, and people are entitled to buy tickets.
Absolutely.
And if your opinion is, well, that's going to hurt their career, that's your opinion.
That's your
But you
opinion.
don't need to go ahead and spout that opinion to other people. There's no reason
There wasn't
for
a
that.
hateful word said in the whole show. You
Yeah.
were there.
It was a great. It really was a great time.
And I'll mention the names of the comics off the air.
Yeah.
But I told Mark that a couple people. I posted something today on Facebook that a couple people had a problem with it.
Yeah.
And Mark messaged me. He goes, who was it? I go, I'll give you two guesses.
Yeah.
And he guessed one of them. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're batting 500. And
I got to talk about Smokey, and this guy's not going to dish on the air. What's going on here?
No, yeah. I mean,
I'm kidding.
just because one of them's very good friends with Carla, and
That's all right.
And he'll. He's
yeah,
a
no,
little
that's
bitch.
fine. It's totally fine, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I mean, the bottom line is, unless it affects your wallet, I guess it shouldn't really
One
matter.
of the guys who's barely a comedian. He's an on again, off again open micer. Goes to Carla. He goes, "How dare you give these people a platform to spread their hate?"
Was Carla the producer of the show?
Carla produced. Yeah, Carla
Shut
was.
up.
Her and I co-produced it. Yeah.
You know what? Good for Carla.
Good for her.
Exactly.
And
dude,
Carla's as left as it
And-
comes.
Believe me, I know. I went on. I went yesterday.
Him and
Yeah.
Carla went at it yesterday
Little
on
bit.
Facebook.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Well, she didn't. We didn't really go. I mean, I engaged.
She made a stupid. No, it wasn't stupid. It was just her opinion, and he. Sorry.
I responded with facts, and everybody attacked me.
Right. But that's what it is, though. But, she understands. She's a comedian. She gets
Yeah,
it.
she
Let's
does
have
get it.
fun with this. It's a fun thing. It's a
Sure.
fun idea.
Yes.
It's a novelty kind of show.
Yes.
And then this one idiot who's barely an open micer go, how dare you give them a platform? There wasn't a hateful word. Tony probably knows exactly who I'm talking about.
We're not going to
yes.
mention names. There's
No,
no
I
need
know
for
that's
that.
right. He
There's no
knows
need for
exactly
that.
who it is.
Yeah.
But I am going to back Mike. It was,
Yeah.
and there wasn't there. Really, maybe two times there was maybe a quick word where somebody said something about Democrats. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It was 99% of the show was just loving and fun.
It was loving and
Loving
fun,
and
and
fun.
even people's
And
regular
America.
acts.
It was
And
America.
It was
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, good.
I didn't goose step one time.
No,
on stage,
nothing.
And then the other guy is just another failed comic.
Oh, speaking of communism, by the way, did you guys see this horrific South Korean plane crash? Did you see what happened there? This is one of the most disturbing things that I've ever seen, because basically the plane was landing in South Korea. Now, I know that all the times that I've been on a plane, which is always a goddamn high wire show for me, where I make everyone around me a living misery, and I am the guy that claps every single time when the
Are
plane
you
lands.
really?
Every single
I
time.
can't believe it.
Because I am full of fear and scare. So this plane lands. Now, picture basically what happens. This plane of 257 people lands. It hits the ground. People presumably started clapping, and then the plane hits a brick wall.
Exactly.
And they all die except two people in the front.
Yeah, exactly.
The two people in the cockpit, was it, that lived, I believe?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So that happens, and then the plane stops, and you're like, let's go check on the rest of them. All dead.
All dead.
Every single one of them are dead except these two people in the
Well,
front.
that's, you ever see one of these people try to drive a Toyota, let alone a 747?
Oh my God!
We're on TikTok for the first time live today.
Oh, that's Chinese owned. I forgot. Sorry.
God, you're an idiot.
They
They have drones or whatever.
The first time I've never flown.
Yeah.
Oh, you never flown?
Never flown. The first time I tried to fly
Yeah.
was in March of 2022 to go to my quote-unquote little sis Acacia Clement's wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
And the plane didn't take off for about an hour and 45 minutes. And when I was watching this the other day, not knowing we were going to talk about it, I was like, the reason the plane didn't take off is because the spoilers were malfunctioning. And apparently the spoilers helped the plane stop when you land.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing. That's an important thing.
I sounded like it to me. I mean, they had 3 maintenance issues, and we didn't take off for an hour and 45 minutes. Like any sane person, I got in my Mazda and I drove to
And
Florida.
like you said, as soon as the plane touches ground, everyone
good.
starts
Yeah.
clapping, and they're like, whew.
Right.
Even as comfortable as I am flying, I still give a little when the plane lands.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
And this was 2 minutes after that happens.
Hey, what about that brick wall over there, though?
Hey, you better slow down. You know.
So the first and last time on TikTok. Thank you very much, TikTok Live. It's been my plight in life to get us to 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can go live. And of course.
Is that TikTok?
That's telling them we're off the air.
No. Actually, that's a reminder. Thank God.
God.
That I can go to our second set of sponsors.
Thank the Lord.
Can you
Saved
imagine?
by the bell.
This
Talk about
happens
that
every time. All right, you guys take a little walk around or whatever you guys do over there.
Oh boy.
Hershey and the Keegs Show, Tone, is brought to you by Minuteman Sewer and Drain, Minuteman Plumbing and Heating. Call 1-800-287-1772 for 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week service, and ask for my friend Bill. And Lord knows people need plumbing service right now with pipes freezing and things of that nature. American Restoration Solutions. When disaster strikes, they'll guide you to recovery. Call 516-662-9377 and ask for Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn. New View Construction, established in 2007. They are the people to call for the finest craftsmanship and all of your general contracting needs. Call 516-924-5627 and do it with confidence. We have Sip and Serve, waitress and bartending service. Elevate your next private party with the Sip and Serve Squad. Their awesome bar and wait staff will ensure your event will be unforgettable. Book now and let them handle the details while you enjoy your celebration. Call Jen at 516-528-6783. And last but not least, the beautiful Diane Keegan. New York State licensed real estate person Diane Keegan from All Island Estates Realty Corporation. You can call Diane directly at 516-458-1864 or email her at Diane at allislandestates.com. If you're looking to rent, sell, or buy, make Diane your first call. And that is our second set of sponsors. Please, when you contact the Hershey and Keegs sponsors, let them know that you're fans of the show and that you saw the advertisement on our show. And we appreciate all of you.
5% discount.
Yeah, is there a discount from Diane?
Maybe Diane will give you a discount.
Little discount, little tiny
She'll
discount.
give you a finder's fee.
The Bra Boutique.
Yeah.
Do they need any prep work?
They don't need any.
Because I'm not working right now. I mean, I could prep the customers.
They don't need
Are
any
you
models.
sure?
No, Anthony, they don't need
No
any
fluffing?
any models.
Little flufferoo.
No.
All right.
No.
Diane Keegan, realtor and apparently novice traffic reporter as
She's
well.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
We got 2 dead on Loring Road, guys.
horrible. And I don't, that's like right
We
here.
have an
God
overturned
forbid.
Prius on Loring Road. Let me send Mark Hirschman some pictures of somebody with a steering wheel through their throat.
And you, by the way, it's like I don't know if you're doing this stuff because you think I'm out there looking for it, or it's just what you've done your whole life since you've been on social media. But I keep on finding examples of your online disgustingness and treachery and inappropriateness.
Who?
Keegs.
I was going to say.
No,
It could have been. It could have gone
He
either
was a
way.
photo finish.
Could have gone either way.
No,
Tony.
you know what it is? It's sometimes where again, like there are times when I need to go onto his account so I can advertise things because if I ask him to do it, it will take 45 years.
Sure.
And then there are other times where I'll just see things pop up. So it happened to be today, in one of the pages that were mutuals on. It's a Belmore Moms page, and someone,
makes sense. It's a
good page.
somebody writes a very long-winded and heartfelt post that because they're having issues with Medicaid and Medicare, they can only afford a certain amount of money out of pocket to take care of their elderly mother, and they're looking for someone who can help. You just do light handiwork and some shower and stuff like that. And it's a sad post that tugs at your heartstrings. And of course, the first comment is this fucking idiot, and all it says is she hot? I mean, you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
I meant temperature-wise because I have to know.
No, because the bottom line is this is someone's mother, okay? And it's not like it was a friend of yours that you're joking with. So the other people on the post are like,
Well, he would know then.
Right.
Exactly. Then I wouldn't have to
ask the question.
It's 100%.
So I just think that sometimes you need to rein yourself in a little bit because that was not called for.
So that's the whole thing. I'm going for the better person every day.
The better person. Again,
That didn't-
you just went. You might be in
Holding,
safety zone.
holding.
Right.
Half the distance to the
right.
It's
goal.
a 5-yard
You're
penalty.
working from the 3-inch line now. You're working from the
I've been
3-inch
working from
line.
Why don't we hang out more, Keegan?
I know, seriously.
I mean, I don't get it.
100%
Why don't
agree.
you two hang out more?
Yeah, it's
That
like
would be
stepbrothers.
ideal.
We just become best friends.
Good.
Yup.
Good.
Yup.
Velociraptor.
Yup.
Good. Why don't you two hang out
We
more?
should. We're cut from the same cloth.
The other one I saw, and I wasn't as bothered by because it was less offensive. You guys subscribe to like any of these pages, like like the Today Show or Ellen DeGeneres has a fan page, like the celebrities have a
all of
fan
them.
page. Well, one of them that I didn't know, I knew that I was on because I like to watch. Jennifer Hudson has a new TV show over the past couple of years, and she posts a lot
Brilliant.
of videos
Singer,
where
great
I
singer.
think I've talked about it, where when the guests are coming out from the back, they play a song that is related to that person. Like, let's say if you were on, the show MASH 30 years ago, they play that song and you walk out and dance to it.
Suicide is
Yeah, that's probably a
painless.
terrible example,
It comes
actually.
from out-
But anyway, I watched that page for that reason. I couldn't have thought of a worse example than that.
See, I'm like,
Hey,
why
yeah.
would he go with suicide is painless?
Right. So the Jennifer Hudson
Brings on
fan
many
page
changes.
posted something the other day, which I thought was kind of cute. And you know how these things are. They're like, they throw out like bait so that you can...
Clickbait. Yeah.
Exactly. But so the page basically wrote, what is your 2025 mantra? That's all it was. And be better, be kind.
Extra cheese.
All that kind of
cheese.
stuff. And then I scroll and I scroll and I scroll and I see one from Keegan and it says, look at my dick. Look at my dick. M-A space dick. Look at my dick. That is Mike's mantra for 2025. Look at my dick. And I'm like, what in the fuck is wrong with this? It's not like your parents are both wonderful people.
Yeah.
They're not, from what I know, there's nothing deranged
Oh, no,
about
no,
them.
they're great.
They're hardworking.
Salt of the earth.
Your dad was a military guy.
He wasn't in the military. He worked for the post office.
Well, okay, the
Same
governmental
thing.
guy. Yeah, he's in the worked for the government.
Worked for the
Your
government.
mom's a real estate agent. I know her sisters. Like,
yeah.
there's no reason that
You know
you
Aunt
are.
Bernie?
I know Aunt Bernie, who passed recently. The bottom line is that there has to be a reason why your brain works this way. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know that you probably dabbled in weed and drugs when you were a kid.
No, I never did.
I don't know what it is then. I
never,
really don't.
never did. I think it's just I like to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
I don't listen, I'm with
It's
him.
all self-care. If it makes me laugh, I have a job and I got bills and I got family.
Yeah.
If it's something that brings me a second of joy,
Right.
why the hell do you have to have a problem with it? It made me laugh.
Amen.
No, I'm just that one did make
Look
me
at my
laugh a little bit. Look at my dick. Yeah. So
Jennifer Hudson actually messaged me after that.
She did?
Yeah,
She did.
And then she did.
She's
the black chick I'm going to make out with.
one of my favorite movies of all time. No, it's not a secret. And I've seen the show many times. Is Dreamgirls. Jennifer Hudson's performance in Dreamgirls was just
She's amazing.
like to be in a movie with Beyonce and for me to be able to say that she stole the show.
Yeah.
Is really saying a lot. Would you agree? Does anyone
I
disagree?
100% agree because she was amazing on American Idol. I'm a big American Idol fan.
She was amazing.
And I loved Jennifer Hudson.
So
on American
it just
Idol.
goes to show that American Idol, there's definitely an element of bullshit because Jennifer Hudson, if I remember correctly, finished 4th.
Yeah.
She wasn't even in the top 2.
It was. Look at the people that didn't finish that have career. Daughtry didn't win.
Right.
I think David Cook won that year.
David Cook, who's not
Who's
even
not even anybody in
nothing
No, Daughtry.
anymore.
No, you know who won? You know who won that year? Because one of my favorite artists. I've had tickets twice.
Yeah.
And I was in plain English fucked out of the tickets both times by an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see her twice. It's Catherine McPhee.
Catherine
McPhee.
McPhee.
That was the year.
Catherine
Wow.
McPhee finished second.
Yeah.
To
Wow.
Taylor Hicks, that schmuck that would do the
The
woo.
Soul Train, or whatever.
Soul Patrol.
Soul Patrol.
I have
Yeah.
to stick my foot up his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I voted 17 zillion times for
Yeah.
Catherine
Yep.
McPhee.
Catherine McPhee is still out there. Taylor Hicks is still out there, but not to the
Not
same level,
really,
I don't
yeah, exactly.
think.
He's
Yellow-
playing,
He
like,
does
the
small
Westbury
shows.
Music Fair kind of places.
I mean,
and, like,
somewhere over the rainbow in the yellow dress.
I know. And
I
she's
mean, it's
so
Hall of Fame
gorgeous.
worthy.
people,
What do
even
you-
Adam Lambert didn't win. Look at
Oh,
him now.
that's
He's
true.
touring with Queen.
What do you think about, and I see people shit on her, and I don't understand it. Catherine McPhee is married to that famous
David Foster.
Yeah, he's a very, very well-known pianist, and
He said pianist. There's two of us now. High five. Very nice.
Very nice.
God in heaven.
Think this is a good idea still, buddy?
He's a music producer.
David Foster.
He's probably mid-70s.
72, 73.
Yeah, and she's like 35 or something. But they seem they're good.
Had a
like,
kid?
Yeah. Why do people gotta fuck with them? Like
His daughter,
probably older than Catherine.
daughter's
McPhee,
a smoke wall too.
Yeah.
They're the same age.
yeah.
They, they joke around on Instagram and stuff. I'm a big Catherine McPhee fan.
Wow.
And it's not just for the looks. Like I think she has an unbelievable voice.
She's gorgeous and her voice is
yeah.
great. But you're right. There have been. I mean, I don't know how much of a historian you are about
David
American
Cook.
Idol.
David Cook got beat by David Archuleta beat David Cook. Yes.
David
Cook,
Archuleta
yeah.
has the voice of an angel.
I
He
stopped
does,
watching.
and then now he's like. He joined he's
Christian
gay.
gay
First of all,
group,
he's gay.
yeah.
He's like gay now, and he's like gay Christian.
Well, he was gay then too.
I
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
You remember the girl the next year, Crystal Bauer?
Yo, Crystal Bauer sucks. I love her.
how
With the
she
dread-
got beat.
She had the dreadlocks.
She
Yeah.
got beat to
really nice feet.
Yeah.
Lead the Wise,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah,
I stopped
exactly.
watching.
You know, she died recently.
I
Crystal
do.
Bauer
Yeah,
Sox,
she had bad diabetes.
Yeah.
very bad diabetic. I stopped watching after Crystal Bauer Sox got
Yeah.
beat because I was just like, this
Her
girl's the
voice.
most talented girl that's ever been
Janis
on this
Joplin
show.
revisited.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Unbelievable.
I don't know what kind of historians you are, but for me, one of the most beautiful voices I ever heard on American Idol, and she finished 4th, was a girl named Tamira Gray.
Yeah.
Tamira Gray was a
Early years, right?
early years, small, thin, light-skinned, gorgeous black girl. Tamira Gray, voice of an angel, and she, I think it came down to the
Was
fact
that Letitia?
it might have been that year. It might have been.
I think.
Yeah.
I think once you come in like 4th place and beyond, you're better off because then you're not obligated with any contracts or
Right.
anything with
You
American
guys ever think
Idol.
about doing Levittown Idol?
I did not know there was a level.
No, you guys should
Oh,
do
so
it.
should we
You guys
create?
should
we
have
should
one.
create an
We can
11
oh my God,
that's a
we
great
can be
idea.
the MCs.
I mean, I want to be number 3. It's my idea.
Actually,
Yeah, no,
the
absolutely.
funny thing is that he's saying that it's not that difficult of a concept because we can book Levittown Hall.
Yeah.
We all have mics and things like that
Yeah.
we can get.
Yeah.
And we can charge a little bit of a fee.
That's a great
and
idea.
MC it, and we would be like Ryan Seacrest.
Levittown-
Well, I'm the Ryan. I mean, of this trio, I'm the Ryan Seacrest. Let's be honest here.
absolutely.
But hold on a second. So you know that the
Levittown
original
Idol. Who could do the most fentanyl?
the original. It's not nice.
I'm sorry.
It's not nice. The do you know that
It's
the original
unbelievable.
American Idol was, of course, Ryan Seacrest and Brian Dunkelman.
Brian Dunkelman, yeah.
Who I have been in touch with for years, by the
Have
way.
you really?
Oh yeah, he's a comic, works in California, has like 400 followers. Like he's totally.
Let's get Dunk on the show.
Oh, we can get Dunk on the show
Oh,
if you
man.
want.
Hirsch was able to get either Seacrest or Dunkelman's number. He did Dunkelman.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of which, wow,
We should get Dunkelman to host Levittown Idol.
Well, I can
I'll
get
throw
Dunk
him-
on the show.
I'll throw him $50.
I'll get Dunk on the show. If
Get
you
him
want.
on the show.
That'd
Have
be
him
great.
be the host. Yeah.
He did an episode of Friends, I think.
Yeah, Dunkelman.
Right.
And you know what? They brought him back like to a big anniversary
Yeah.
show.
The last Fox show before it moved over to
yeah. So
moved over to
he's
ABC.
gotten little pops here and there,
Yeah.
but in general, Seacrest has done better in the
little-
long
little
run.
a little bit.
Yeah,
He's horrible. By the way, I think he's horrible on Wheel of Fortune.
You know, I won't watch it. I won't watch it. I can't watch it. I won't watch it. It's disgusting. It just you can't.
Can't watch it.
It's like watching Jeopardy anymore. You really can't do it.
It's a bad 1-2 punch.
Jeopardy I can kind of do. I like Ken.
Yeah.
Ken Perlman.
Who just said the word disaster? Because it reminded me. I don't know.
Anthony said disaster.
Of the last 5 years of my life, yeah.
You know
disaster.
what? Sometimes I will actually. I'll do some research for some content for the show. Another time, content just finds me. And in this case, and I don't know, I would say there's a chance that Ant might know of this episode more than Mike, just from an age standpoint. But have any of you three guys ever heard something called the Cleveland balloon disaster? You know what the Cleveland balloon disaster is? So...
Sounds filthy.
No, because
Is that an Urban Dictionary thing?
No,
I have no
it's
idea.
not at all, but
I've done it all, but I've never heard of the
You already-
Cleveland balloon
Hey, Mark,
disaster.
you left with that girl from the bar last night.
Yeah.
What happened? I took her home and gave her a Cleveland balloon
Right.
disaster.
Oh, is that like Dirty Sanchez? Or
Yeah, right, yeah.
Strawberry shortcake?
Cleveland
Strawberry shortcake.
Cleveland steamer.
It's like a Cleveland steamer and the balloon knot.
Can I just tell you that those things, like the Dirty Sanchez, the strawberry shortcake, are the funniest things.
Oh, they
Like,
are.
The greatest.
They're horrific,
You know what
but
my
if
favorite
you
one is? Chicken cutlet parmesan.
I don't even know what that one is.
It's just a chicken cutlet. It's not parmesan.
Yeah.
Chicken cutlet.
I don't know that one.
Is you're having sex on a beach, and you take it out and you coat it with sand like it's a chicken cutlet. It's like a chicken cutlet.
Of
and
course,
then
that
you
you
put it
know
I thought I
this.
invented that.
Wait, and then you put it in with
back.
the
You put it back in with the sand on it because it's like
Oh.
it's got like the batter on it because it's
the batter.
It
You have eggs and
sticks to
flour
it.
also.
It sticks to it like
Animal. He's a fucking goddamn animal.
Wow, I know what? I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
It's like a fucking like you open a cage door
Wow.
at the Bronx Zoo, and out came Mike Keegan.
This is
Like a
great.
fucking orangutan.
I'm learning. I didn't think anybody could teach me anything new. I'm learning new stuff
You
here
learned
tonight.
about the chicken cutlet.
I'm not gonna. Anyone who wants to look this up can look it up, but I'm not gonna describe what I think is the funniest one, which is a strawberry shortcake.
That one I might not even.
Yeah,
really
we'll
know.
talk about it after.
I think
It's
I know- I
vile.
think I know what
it's
that
fucking
is.
disgusting. But again, the fact that that these things are in Urban Dictionary is kind of hilarious,
Fantastic.
though. You know. But the Cleveland balloon disaster, and the only reason why it's funny is because Cleveland has a reputation from being like a jinxed, shitty
The
city.
mistake by the lake.
Mistake by the lake, and there's so many examples.
Cuyahoga River went on fire.
Exactly.
How does water go on fire?
That's what exactly.
So the Cleveland balloon disaster, which Tony can look up if he wants, which I looked up ad nauseum over the weekend once I found it, is essentially.
I just looked up strawberry shortcake.
I mean, I'm not going to read it because it's vile. I mean, if you want Mike to, I guess you can, but I'm not going to read it.
No, but we'll go over it after. I think.
Yeah.
My-
All right.
my parents
Okay.
are gonna
Thank
watch.
you. Good. I'm good boy, Mike.
Yeah.
The Cleveland balloon disaster was a meant to be a charity moment where they were going for the world's record to raise money for the United Way. This group in Cleveland, and they set a record by releasing like 1.5 million balloons. Okay. And they were like, we're doing good, Cleveland. We're going to put them back on the map in a good light and so on and so forth. Well, what happened? Why are you crying for? It looks like you okay? You just saw.
I'm fine.
Oh, okay. So what happened was in Balloon Fest in 1986, the balloons wound up blowing back towards the city and caused a major amount of chaos. And then from the balloon, they found two fishermen dead, drowned.
God, really?
Balloon, yes. Tony,
Oh
go ahead and
my
read
God.
it, Tone.
This was the Balloon Fest of 1986 in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
The event was intended to be a harmless fundraising publicity stunt. However, the released balloons drifted back over the city and Lake Erie and landed in the surrounding area, causing problems for traffic and a nearby airport. The event also interfered with a United States Coast Guard search for two boaters who were later found drowned. And then there were millions of dollars in lawsuits and
Oh my
damages.
God, that's
All
terrible.
because they're like, we're going to just get the balloons and let them go.
What a disaster.
You would think after
Oh.
Drago Creed in '85 they would stop with these exhibitions,
That's
but
right.
they just didn't.
Exactly. They don't learn.
This
They
is
don't
like
want-
WKRP with the turkeys.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
That's crazy.
Wait, so Mistake by the Lake was remind me again what the details. Wasn't there an episode where Bob Ojeda and Tim Cruz and some other Cleveland Indians got into a boating accident?
They've been calling it the Mistake by the Lake long before that.
Oh,
that's like the nickname for the
right,
town.
but am I right? Where Bob Ojeda lost part of the top of his head.
Yeah, and somebody
one of the guys died.
Tim Cruz, I think his name was.
Was it Tim Cruz?
I think that's
young
who died.
pitcher. Young pitcher. Died.
Yeah. So basically, let's just see if that happens the whole entire show from now on.
Seriously.
The alarm goes off.
Oh, my God. But
So
yeah,
Cleveland
that's,
is a total disaster. Cleveland is. And I think Anthony's going to have an idea a little bit about this next subject. All I saw
You know
last
what
night.
the Cleveland balloon disaster reminded me of?
Yes.
How the balloons blew back and people were.
Yeah.
I was at a concert in high school, and I think it was Limp Bizkit and Korn.
So
Was
Was that a dysfunctional family picnic?
It wasn't a dysfunctional family picnic. It was Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Stained was there too.
Fred Durst.
So this is maybe '99.
Yeah.
And,
Sounds right.
We're tailgating in the parking lot at Nassau Coliseum. Very, very windy day.
Yep.
And I peed into a big gulp cup. And I was like proud of how much I filled it up. And I was showing my friends. I'm like, look how much I peed in this big gulp cup. Blah, blah. And my friends are all talking to a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
And I took the cup and I threw it. And the wind just brought it back all over like 30 people. Oh my urine all over 30 people. In the parking lot at Nassau Coliseum.
It just never stops.
No,
it
it
never
doesn't.
stops with you.
That's called the Coliseum Keegan, by the way.
called the
For anybody
Coliseum
out there,
Keegan.
it's right next to Strawberry Shortcake. And by the way, I didn't think Strawberry Shortcake. I just looked it up. I didn't think it was that bad.
Me neither, probably. There we go.
It's pretty bad.
I'm gonna strawberry.
Guilty.
We're gonna strawberry shortcake each other later.
Absolutely guilty.
There might be multiple derivations of the strawberry shortcake.
Okay.
It involves a punching in the face.
Oh no!
okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like that's what I.
No.
No.
No, I saw something
Hey,
else.
No, I'm not talking about the one that comes with the toasted almond on the truck and no.
You gotta do what you
I've
gotta
had
do.
7 of those in the last like 3 days.
What is better, by the way? So if you're at the truck and there's 3 bars left on the whole truck, there's a toasted eclair, there's a chocolate eclair, I should say, a toasted almond, and a strawberry shortcake. Same bar with those little beads, whatever you want to call them. Chocolate eclair, toasted almond, strawberry shortcake. What's your first choice?
Toasted
Anthony?
almond. It's not even close.
Toasted almond, not even close.
Tony? Oh, what am I? I'm asking a guy who hasn't never had an egg in his life.
Right. That's it.
Would you have either one of those, or you would have neither one of those? But you eat ice cream, though.
Chocolate ice cream.
Okay. I mean, so for me, I will tell you that the chocolate is out. It's between toasted almond and strawberry shortcake, and I probably have to go to the toasted almond. Because
Now
it's
you
just-
do after this. Yeah.
Have you ever had an alcoholic toasted almond?
Yes.
I don't think I have. No.
Strong.
Yeah?
Very strong.
Very good.
Is it an actual good humor bar that's in there, though? No.
But
No.
the chocolate eclair, every once in a while, it's a nice treat because you get that little chocolate,
chocolate little biscuit in there?
little
Oh, that's
biscuit
not the same thing.
No,
That's the chocolate fudge bar thing.
Is it?
Oh, it's so
All right,
goddamn
whatever that
good.
is, it's
I'm
good.
380 pounds. I know my good humor, buddy.
But anyway, the
toasted
toasted
almond,
almond
though.
was my favorite thing all day long. I always
100%.
toasted
Well, I'm
almond.
a snow cone guy. I mean,
Yeah,
you give me
yeah,
those 3, I'm going to that. But
Yeah.
if you're telling me I'm going to the truck, I'm getting a.
Oh,
It's no cone.
wait, I almost forgot. There was one more hideous thing that I saw Mike write.
No.
Well, you know what? I shouldn't say it was that hideous.
Just one?
One of the things that Mike had turned me on to, because we'll send each other TikToks and Instagrams. There's a TikTok page that's called Sovereign Citizen Fails that Mike sent me about. You know what a sovereign citizen is? Sovereign citizens are basically people who think that they don't have to play by the law, and they get pulled over by cops, and they start saying, "I don't have to have a license. I don't have to have a registration.
sovereign.
I'm
Yeah.
a sovereign citizen." And the best part about all these videos, it's cops shitting on these people, it's judges shitting on these people, and none of them really get anywhere with it. I don't think there's really a thing as a sovereign citizen that you can get out of anything.
Apparently, somebody I know, their husband is sovereign. Somebody actually we know.
Yeah.
The 3 of us know.
Yeah.
Their girlfriend's husband is a sovereign citizen. I think it's a thing with him.
But is it? I've never seen, like, I see the fails. Is it? Can you get out
But
of
I think
things?
he's immune to a lot of the stuff actually. But I think a lot of people also try to get away with.
Yeah.
Being sovereign,
Well,
yeah.
all the ones that I've seen are like guys who are
Yeah.
getting pulled over and saying, "I don't need a license. I don't need
Yeah.
a this or that." So this particular one, this guy was in the middle of a scrap and you sent it to me with a cop, and he wound up pulling the cop. The cop pulled the guy out of the car, basically saying, "I'm bringing you in. You're resisting arrest, whatever." And as the guy turned around, you saw that on his neck he had this giant-sized goiter. Like this huge thing, like it had to be, probably like the size of 2 grapefruits, and someone typed in, my God, I hope he's gonna get help for that tumor, and Mike wrote in, there's no need, it's a sovereign tumor. Sovereign tumor, he said.
Sovereign tumors.
Yeah. So did you felt that it wasn't necessary for him to get treatment?
No, because it's sovereign. It's sovereign.
Sovereign.
It's
immune,
malignant. It's benign. It's sovereign.
Sovereign. Okay, gotcha. One thing that I think we all have some interest in. Have you guys been following this story with the scandal with Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless? The story where she was, I guess, sleeping her way up to where she's on a major TV show now.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean, she's obviously a smoke
it
show.
worked for the vice president of the United States. Why shouldn't it work for her?
I mean, but let's be serious for a second. She's obviously a knockout.
Oh yeah.
She's got big jugs. Is she mixed? She black white combo.
She's a mulatto. Yeah.
We don't.
You're gonna try to make it. I mean, that seems like seems like the easy one right now.
That's the one. Yeah, exactly.
Here's
now I know
the
I got
thing
a
that
shot.
I have an issue with, and I'm curious. And let's be serious for a second. If that is the case, that she slept her way to the top of being on this show on Fox Sports, whatever it is. It's not like she slept her way into office or anything like that. Like, if that's what happened, why are we vilifying her for that? Am I wrong about this? Am I off base by saying that?
I don't think you're off base by saying that at all.
And is that scumbag?
Like I said,
I don't know.
It's not like she's making laws and stuff like
right.
that.
I'm saying if that's if this company wants to run their business that way, where there are, I mean, I guess you can make the argument there are better candidates, but I don't know. Is she good on the show? Does she do a good job? I don't.
This is a decent enough job.
I mean, I don't think her role is supposed to be that important, right?
Yeah.
Like,
she's something to look at. She's knowledgeable. She's well spoken.
Yeah,
and she
like. Why does it feel like the people are condemning her? Like there's lawsuits.
It's sex shaming. If the roles were reversed,
that's exactly what it is.
Exactly, you're sex shaming.
Because how many people do we all now? Listen, I've done it. I've done programming on Fox Sports.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it. I know a half a dozen people who have their jobs for the wrong reason. I'm not saying it's for sleeping with anybody.
Okay.
I'm saying I know a half a dozen people that have their jobs for the wrong reasons.
100%.
It is they do not have their job because they are talented. They do not have their job because they bring a dearth of knowledge to the table. They don't have experience in the field.
Yep.
There are ulterior motives and there are circumstantial reasons that they have their jobs. If she is choosing to use her sexuality and preying on the weaker of the species.
Exactly.
I mean, why not?
I mean, you can't just vilify her. I mean, there's other people allowing it to happen
And
with their actions.
And if other people are getting jobs for the wrong, I can see her standing there and saying to herself, like you said, she's knowledgeable.
Yeah.
She has some knowledge. Yeah. And people are getting their jobs because of nepotism, or because of whatever it might be.
And that's how the country runs.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So I guess
this is what America was built on.
I'm not saying that I would want my daughter to do it, or your daughter, or your mother, or whatever. But I'm just saying there's not a law she's breaking. I can see if you did that, and then you're making decisions for the country when you shouldn't be, or you're a senator.
Correct.
That's a different story.
But
you're
calling sports.
You're calling a fucking
talking about LeBron James,
sports,
right?
Yeah, like you're doing what Stephen A. Smith does. You're doing it's the same shit. We're all talking about the same shit all the time.
Exactly.
So I don't
You're
know.
using the tools that you got.
I don't know if I agree with it. If it all went away, that would be great. But it's all not going away anytime soon.
Right.
It's always going to happen. So if that's the tool you use,
so that's a good point. And you mentioned the nepotism thing. The bottom line is, you look at Hollywood. There are people that are in Hollywood simply because they're
the Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
how many casting couch Oscars do
Exactly.
you think have been won?
That
Thank God that ring
happens several
again.
more
How many
times.
casting couch Oscars do you think have been won?
Right. I would
Dozens.
say countless of them,
Dozens.
and that's just the way it goes. You know, just the way
and
it
then
goes.
somebody, you have people that are brave enough to come along to nail
Yeah.
the Harvey Weinsteins of the world and
Right.
whatever it is. But
I
if
see it on the small level of comedy that I do. I mean, it's every industry in this country, big or small, it's gonna happen. It's a natural instinct.
Yes.
And
and that's the easy. I would imagine that's the most popular form.
Yeah.
I mean, I took my ex-girlfriend to see Dirty Dancing when it was back in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
I scored one ticket.
Yeah.
Because it sold out and I forgot to buy ahead. It was Mets opening day, so I had an excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, well, no joke. A girl came up. Her best friend had a ticket. She offered me a blowjob for the ticket. Mm-hmm. True story.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't take it.
You don't want to.
I gave her the ticket. And I went and watched Condemned and ate a bag of Milk Duds and a thing of popcorn. I was happy as a pig and shit. But I'm just saying, like, if you think if it's happening for a ticket to see a movie that's been out for 25 years, it's happening for a job on.
It's happening for a job where you're going to make $250,000 a year.
Correct,
of course.
if not more.
You weren't in the mood to give a blowjob that day. That's simple as that. You weren't in the mood.
Yeah.
Speaking of politics, before we wrap up in a couple of minutes, I think that we can all agree that Democrat or not, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. He gave his life to this country, and certainly he may not have been the greatest of presidents, but I think Habitat Humanity and things of that nature.
He was a military veteran.
Yeah.
He was a humanitarian.
Yes.
And no matter what it was, I'm not making a joke either.
No, I know.
Those are the things, and he was a shitty president, but he was a good person.
So I think it's important that me and Tony take some responsibility over his passing. I was on Tony's show last Friday. It was myself and Don Sill. I popped in. I was done with work for the day. Was this 2 Fridays ago? I guess it was. Yeah.
Yes.
And somehow in conversation, I don't know how. Tony, because Tony has topics on his show. The Traveling Road Show, whatever you call it. What is it called again? Knock 'em Dead
Yeah,
Comedy.
I'm not even telling
and the subject was who was going to die first in 2025.
I had a Deadpool.
Oh, Toulouse Club.
Yeah. So
Great.
one of Tony's followers had said Jimmy Carter. This was like December 30th or whatever it was. And somehow the conversation went into the fact that Don Sill years earlier met Jimmy Carter when he was filming him when he was at an Atlanta Falcons game, and he has footage of him it's him and Jimmy Carter talking, and it's really a pretty amazing video. And the last part of the video is Don Sill getting Jimmy Carter to say in front of 70,000 people at Atlanta Falcons Stadium, "Rise up!" Rise up. So for some reason that struck us as funny, and me, Tony, and Don were just saying, "Rise up," because now he's like, he was back on his back, they're rolling him around or whatever. And then the next day, I get a flash on my phone, Jimmy Carter died. I'm like,
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy
You
Carter.
killed Jimmy Carter.
We
You
did.
and Don
Me,
Sill.
you, and Don basically did.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
was like a day,
It
right?
was a Deadpool. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he didn't even make it
Oh
to
my God.
2025. though.
True. True.
That's
so
hilarious.
rest in peace, Jimmy
I do
Carter.
have a great Jimmy Carter story.
Yeah.
Real quickly,
Yeah,
I'll do it.
please.
We love Gene Trifilo stories.
Of course we
Our
do.
buddy Gene Trifilo, he's a comic. He's one of the funniest people.
You'd love him. He's
You'd
brilliantly
love him.
funny.
And
Yeah.
he just loves messing with people. That's all
Yeah.
he does. He messes with people.
And he got
does it
me
with-
when I
and
first
he
met him,
does it
pretty
with a
bad.
straight face.
Yeah.
And he's brilliant with it. So his father is in a nursing home with dementia.
Not a gag.
Not
Legit.
a gag. He really is.
I didn't laugh.
His
I know when to
father-
laugh with him, and I know when not to.
His father's in a nursing home with dementia for a couple of years. When his father first entered, his father used to be a pilot when he was younger. He had his pilot's license.
South Korea.
He told all of the people that worked at the nursing home that his father was Jimmy Carter's Air Force One pilot. And everybody believed him.
That's amazing.
He actually has a picture that he printed out of Jimmy Carter framed that he keeps in his father's hospital room. It said he signed himself. It says to Gene, up and away, Jimmy Carter. He never told these nurses that Jimmy Carter's not.
And his father is fully Alzheimer's, dementia?
His father's got dementia, still in the nursing home. So his father just moved to another nursing home.
Yeah.
And I guess the nurses there told the nurses at the new one that his father was the Air Force One pilot. And Gene walks in and he goes, "We just want to know it's an honor to have your father here."
That's great.
And he's like, "What are you talking about? He was the Air Force pilot for World War One, right?" And Gene goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." And he put the
Dude, you
the
never
picture
told me
back
the
up in
story,
there.
and that is
I just heard about it
amazing.
the other day, literally. Gene.
That
And now he
is-
just gave the guy up on air. By the
yeah,
way. Just for the record.
exactly. I don't.
Right.
Hopefully his nurses
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
listening.
sure all the practical nurses at the
They're all listening.
at the Westchester old age home are watching. Oh, that fucking bastard!
This is the actual picture. This is the picture he has framed in his father's
Up, and away.
room. It says to Gene, up and away.
That's
Gene's best
sensational.
Jimmy Carter.
That's
You know
great.
what? It's really unbelievable because you know how much street cred that has given that Mr. Trifolo.
Forget about it.
Probably a lot.
A lot.
Probably a lot. God bless Gene Trifolo. But God bless Mr. Trifolo.
Yeah.
God
Both
bless
Gene
him.
Trifolos, the
Pui,
whole
I hope he
family.
lives
They're
to be
good-
115.
they're good people, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, boys, man, that flew, man, and I
did.
knew it was going to.
That's why we gotta have Anthony back on
Anthony,
regularly.
the
He's the best.
crybabies to be.
Here we go. This fucking guy. Unbelievable.
That's it.
You are just unbelievable.
You have
know
to
what?
make
Hold
Anthony
on.
cry
We
every
should
time
just-
he comes
that-
on now.
We're scrapping this Hershey and Keegs bullshit. We're going to call ourselves Gail and Oprah show.
What a scumbag. Wow.
Gail and Oprah
This guy
show.
got me good tonight.
All right, 10 o'clock. Great show. We sped through it. And do you have anything that you want to promote? Anything that you want to, anything you have coming up that you want to talk about?
So we're going to get the hip done.
Yeah.
Working on a very big project with my man Andy.
Okay.
We have taken on the roles of the wise man and the tribal chief. For those of you who watch the World Wrestling Entertainment product,
Yep, we do.
we're going to try and get a streaming channel for horse racing going.
Okay.
And we're in the
Infancy stages.
Yeah, we're in the infancy stages, but we got some good. I got my good connects, of course, up in Mohegan Sun, especially.
Okay.
So we got something cooking. There's going to be some content floating around in the next couple of months before
Beautiful.
the surgery. So
Follow
we're working
Anthony
on that.
on Anthony Stabile on Twitter. He's got probably 14, 15,000.
13, yeah, the Big A Stabile.
Big
on,
Ace Stabile on Twitter.
Twitter.
He's on Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. Thanks for having you on the
The
show.
pleasure was all yours.
Awesome.
As Jesse the Body
certainly
Ventura
was.
used to say.
That's right.
Crybaby.com is where you can get me.
Crybaby.net for some Anthony
Fucking guy.
stuff.
All right.
Mike Keegan, go ahead. What do you have,
Friday
bud?
night I'll be at the Red Zone in Babylon with Bob Nelson.
Oh, my God. Amazing.
Saturday I will be at Legends Golf Course in Cherry Hill, New Jersey with Buddy Fitzpatrick.
God, another killer show,
Yeah,
bro.
it's going to be a great one. It's produced by Catch a Rising Star, so that'll be a
Nice.
fun one.
Good.
And then January 18th, if anybody's like in the Bronx area, going to be at Millennium Fitness and Boxing Gym.
That's going to be a great show.
It-
You and
it
Carrie
is.
Karavis,
Carrie
killer.
Karavis is headlining.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of great comics on it, and the guy put a ton of work into it and turns his boxing gym into a fucking comedy club, and it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Great.
The guy did a great job there.
And before you finish up, and we turn over to Tony, what is the date for Terrence Marie McNeely's show?
Terry McNeil, Friday night he's going to be at McGuire's
Yeah.
in Bohemia, and Saturday night he'll be here at Governor's Levittown in the Giggle
So-
Room. But he's head.
think it's the other way
Is it the
Yeah,
other way
I
around?
think
You're
it's
right.
the other
You're
way.
right. Friday night he's going to be Terry McNeely here at the Giggle Room at Governor's in Levittown.
Yeah.
Saturday night he's headlining McGuire's Comedy
That's the
Club.
show. January 11th,
Yeah.
Terrence Marie McNeely
Yeah,
at
our buddy.
McGuire's in Bohemia. Terry's a good friend of ours. He's going to knock him dead out there.
Yeah.
And speaking of knock him dead, Tony,
There you
what's
go.
happening with
Nice.
with your traveling road show? Anything coming up?
Well, I'm hosting a show in the Giggle Room on January 24th.
That's with Mike Bolchetti,
No, this is
Riccadonna, and Don Jameson?
no, neither.
Keep saying names.
What happened? I don't know. What happened to all those fucking shows? Okay.
The Mike Puccetti, Jameson, Riccadonna show got canceled.
Okay. Good. Glad I brought that up.
Yeah. No, there's a show here called Coffee with the Dog. It's on every morning at 9.
Oh.
It's the guys from that show. They're doing. It's all the guys except the dog. And so since the dog isn't coming, they asked me to host.
Nice.
So there you go.
Awesome.
The,
All right,
the
folks.
Doge Boss is going to host the dog show.
Coffee with the Doge.
It's
It's coffee with the Doge, yeah. And just on that note, the
Right.
alarm for the 40 fucking
Oh, my
time.
God.
Joseph Saginario.
Yeah.
Joey Sags.
Great show. You guys make me laugh.
Excellent.
Thank you for
sir.
following Joe. That's Joe S on Twitter, I think. Is that your boy?
is that who it is?
must be. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's good.
Yeah.
To all of our new followers, thank you so much on TikTok, Anthony's Twitter page. Anthony will repost this tomorrow on his
Yes.
Twitter page because most people do wind up watching the second day. So
People like to see me cry, so we
that's
will have it on.
Oh, I'm going to
yeah.
pump this all over social media
shit.
like you wouldn't believe.
Unbelievable.
Thank you for being here, Anthony. We love you. You'll be back
you guys
again.
too. Yes.
Thank
This was a lot
Great
of fun.
show.
You're the best,
We'll
man.
see you guys next week. We have on former Yankee beat reporter Kim Jones will be on the show next week. We have on the 21st, we booked yesterday, New York Met pitcher, former Met pitcher Nelson Figueroa will be on the show. And I have a couple of others in my back pocket that I hope to announce soon. So keep on following, keep on believing in us, and we'll make you laugh as much as we can. Have a good night, folks.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.